Hey, we're back with Death on a Madness, where corruption and hatred are being thrown around like they're totally normal. And with Death on a Madness, they kind of are. So, Cyrillus, I want to finish out that scene with you because I realized I didn't actually give you the answer to your question, right? Like we cut before that point. But you join the cult and you gain this hatred for all mankind and everything, right?
Yes.
And you learn a couple of things. So the answer to your question, right, was like, where do I go to find these necromancer things, right? Like what's up with the necromancy and whatnot. And the answer you get is less like, oh, there's a necromancer over here and you can go kill him if you want to and I'll stop. And more like, so the world is breaking. And this is like what you get from like the third eye opened sort of moment. You know a couple of things about reality. And maybe this is false. Maybe this is just the cult that is telling you this and like all demons and whatever, right? But for Cyrillus, this is 100% true. There is a god, a capital G god, and he controls all of our lives and he's evil, right? The small G gods overthrew him, but he's coming back, and basically to spite him, our mission is to kill the world first before he gets a chance to come back and claim it. That is literally like this cult's goal is like, we are going to make everyone mad so that they end up getting hatred and like killing everything and everyone. And then eventually the entire world will be depopulated and there will be nothing left for God to control. Basically, like, it's literally like and so the third eye opening moment is like, oh no, there's actually like a capital G God who like created everything and like controls everything. And we hate him and we don't want him to get control over us. And so we're going to kill ourselves first and take everyone else out with us. That's the goal of this cult, is basically like, we are going to stop this before he has a chance to like come back, sort of a thing. And so that's part, the dead rising from the dead is part of like the weirdness of that transition, right? It's like someone found out somehow that God was coming back, and then, or like whatever happened, like in your version here that you're getting is like the lowercase g gods overthrew capital G God and like banished him. So like literally like, the gods of Olympus throwing out the Titans sort of situation, right? Mm-hmm. But the Titan, Tartarus is opening, the Titans are returning. That's kind of the vibe, and we can't stop it. So we're gonna kill everything so they have nothing to rule anymore, sort of a thing, right? And yeah, so the rising from the dead stuff is basically like the magic, the way the universe works, right? Like the magic that is being kind of like reintroduced maybe to this world by this transitionary stage of like the old, God returning and all that stuff is causing just a bunch of things to go weird. And so it's probably just a magical like side effect of all of that someone got risen from the dead. That's the answer that they give you, is like, it was probably random. And maybe what happened is Hector came back to life. And then the last thing he remembered is Cyrillus got me killed. And then he found you and tried to kill you. Right. So like, whatever. And they're like, we don't really know exactly how necromancy works. We don't really do it ourselves. But that seems to be the answer that makes sense to you. But yeah, the other thing you learn though, Cyrillus, is that's also what Thestios saw, right? This is what Thestios saw. You're not sure how it happened still.
Was that the king's name?
Yes, yeah, Thestios the king.
Okay.
Your guess is, based on the pieces of information you're putting together from having your third eye opened here, right? And Avra asking you this in the first place, right? And getting you thinking about it. It's probably what happened is because Thestios is the prophet king, and there, from what you remember, there's some sort of magic involved with that, right? Like being a prophet king. He delved too far into it, saw what you just saw, and came to a different conclusion, right? Instead of, we gotta stop God, it's like, there's only one God, all of the other gods are false, I must be the one servant of God and whip this town back into shape so that when God returns, like, it'll be they'll worship him, right? Sort of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he went mad because he couldn't actually handle that information, but he was trying, and whatever broken mind he still had to like accomplish that, right? So you have an answer to give Avra if you wanted to. I mean, but also, I don't know if Cyrillus cares. Off to you, right?
Don't I hate everyone now?
So yeah, like the actual like emotional thing that just happened to you is, let me read it again. Tortured and maligned, you have learned how to hate. You hate the world. Learn how to hate the world, hate your enemies, hate yourself. A boiling, surging emotion dwells within you. It governs your life, your society, and your fate. This hate knows no reservation. It is heaped on enemy and kin alike. Yeah, so you hate everyone and everything. You want it all to burn. So if you think that telling Avra that will help that mission, then you would, but it's up to you it's really up to how Cyrillus perceives that, I guess.
Ugh. Would it help? I don't think it would help if I told her, because I think she would want it to like.
One thing you could do is you could say, "Avra, I can't tell you, but I can show you," and you could try to get her into this. No. Right.
I feel like she wouldn't do that.
There'd probably be several steps that you'd have to take before you got her to do a weird ritual with you. Yes.
I think Cyrillus would like. He just like doesn't want to help her because now he hates everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if Cyrillus loved anyone before this. I'm not sure if he's like. Cyrillus went from like a general aloof kind of annoyance with everyone to an actual like direct hatred of everyone.
Uh-huh. So, yeah.
Cool. Sounds good.
I don't think I would tell her.
Yeah. Yeah, Cyrillus comes out of this as cellar a changed man. There you go. Cyrillus knows how the universe works now, apparently.
I think my beliefs are changing.
I think so. I think they are. Yeah. Yeah, I knew this was sort of stuff was happening in the background, but I didn't realize until today that Cyrillus was going to be a part of it. So, awesome. Maya/Avra. What do we want to go next with this?
I've got a letter to write.
Yes, indeed, you do. So yeah, you want to write a letter to Caledon and basically say, "Hey, flirt, we should get married."
Yes, this is my idea, and she doesn't want me to be part of it. That's fine.
Yeah, so you're just doing this on your own?
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right. So I think what this is you're going to make a write test as a linked test for your persuasion or whatever it is. Soothing platitudes, I guess, is what you're using. Yeah, I guess. How are you approaching that? What are you actually saying in the letter?
She's specifically going to come out at the angle of, like, not only do we both want to marry each other, but, like, this would provide a great hope for our political situation and our city and everything. Like, just the fact that we're engaged but not moving anything forward is kind of like disconcerting to not only her but to the rest of the people as well, of like, well, okay, if they're gonna just put everything on hold just because everything's in chaos, then why shouldn't we, basically? Like, we're not setting a good example of continuing on with life amidst chaos, kind of a thing.
Cool. Yeah. That honestly sounds like an oratory role.
Yeah.
Right? That sounds more like you're like waxing poetic at him, being like, listen, we have to save the city, so on and so forth. Here's why. Eloquent. Sure. Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah. So I think you're making a write test as a linked test first. And I think it's going to be an ob. Well, let's look at the obs here. right. All the way to the end here. Composing a letter is Ob 3. Good luck. You have Ob 2. You have a B2 and right.
Yeah.
Wow, you still got 2 successes though. I mean, honestly, if you just spend a fate, there's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. And because it's a link test, this is like you just getting no penalty or bonus to it. If the die open ends and you get another success beyond the one you need to just succeed, then you'll get an extra die to it. Otherwise, if you fail, then you're getting a +1 ob to your roll. So
How do I use fate again?
at the top of this section, right next to where your fate is listed at the very top, next to Artha, there's a little
Oh,
D6.
right.
Yeah.
It is. And rating ob is 1.
Yes. Hey.
E.
There you go. We're turning it around. Yeah, so no penalty. So you write an adequate letter. But now let's see if your words actually do it. So oratory, you can use noble wise, obviously, because you're talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. His will is 5.
Would I be able to fork in romance wise?
Oh yeah, certainly. Yeah, I mean, you're literally asking a guy to marry you.
Yeah.
And if romance wise doesn't apply here, it applies nowhere.
Yeah. Would soothing platitudes still?
Yeah, I think you at least have a fork for soothing platitudes in what you said, for sure.
Okay. So that's 3 forks then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good luck. Ob 5.
Yikes.
You're rolling 6 dice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was not a good roll at all.
No.
You can mark that difficult oratory. Wow. Okay, yeah. And so, I mean, obviously you wrote a letter, so it's going to take a while for this to get back to you.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's it for now, right? You just were waiting, and
Yeah.
I'll figure out what that failure means.
Yikes.
Cool. Well, you tried at least.
Mm-hmm.
What would be next for Avra after she writes this letter and then sends it off?
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess you've worked on all 3 of your beliefs already this session.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's pop over to Maya. See what Maya's doing. Yeah. So, what do you want to do?
That's a good question. I feel like I want to play out a scene where like I talk to like Malekith about like my frustrations, and I got to like come to like some conclusion about like what I'm gonna do with Avra.
Yeah.
To like get her to like
figure out a way to gain her favor. Yeah.
Gain her favor and to get these like ancient texts also.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
Right. I have to do both now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's like frustrated because she's like, I'm not getting anywhere. I joined her dumb falconry club and I don't even like falconry.
Yeah.
And I just told her I want a friend and she clearly doesn't want any friend. Like, you know, she's just like venting. And I need to like come to like some conclusion. Like, and I'm like, husband, help me.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you're venting to him. I'm trying to figure out like obviously we can play that conversation out, but I'm thinking about
that's not what's so important. I think I need help. I need like guidance on like, do I just straight up tell her the secret?
Right.
Or
right.
like, do I like try to come at it a different approach?
Yeah, that's what I'm just trying to figure out. Like if he's making a roll, see, as court wise, only a 2 though.
I wish I had Avra wise to help.
Yeah. Well, you have family wise.
Yeah, but I still don't know her that well.
Yeah. I mean, you can always roll it and attempt something, but yeah, I mean, it's only a 2, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. I'm just looking at his skills right now. I mean, like, you could always, Malekith could always, like, talk to her for you, but that's just.
Right, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like the way that he would do it either.
He's like, you figure it out, you talk to her, and I'm like, I'm trying.
Yeah.
What could I do with family wise? Like, would family wise actually like give me the knowledge I need?
Right. Well, so that's the thing. So wises are a skill through which a character can call about the knowledge of various details of the game world.
Right.
So, I mean, with an ob 1 family wise, common knowledge of the subject. So, you know, knowing about families is one thing. If you, as you said, if you had like specifically like sister wise or Avra wise. Oh wait, you have family secret wise, don't you?
Yeah.
That I think maybe is maybe one you could roll, because that's a little bit more specific to your current circumstance. So basically, you could roll it and basically be like, if I told her the secret, would that be a good idea?
Right.
Based on your knowledge of how family secrets work. That's a way you could go, and then you could fork in family wise to that.
Okay. Maybe I'll do that.
That seems like a direction.
Okay. So I'm going to roll family secret wise with the help of family wise.
I think so.
What's going to be my ob?
Good question. So it's going to be easier than if you just rolled family wise. Let's do ob 3, I think.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be
still 3 against 3.
Difficult. Yeah.
You
have 2 persona?
Could I also fork in court wise?
Yes, that makes sense. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Fork in drama wise too. Obviously, drama having to do in like the broad sense of the word, right? Because it's whatever the word has to do with is what you know about, and so the drama of like revealing the secret, right? Like you know about how that sort of stuff goes down.
Okay, I mean that's fair. I'll take it. Free forks.
It's just like I'm not going to argue with that.
I'm not going to argue with your logic here.
I'm trying to be kind to you.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you. I probably won't even help here. I'm probably just going to straight up fail this, but you know what? Let's just see. Oh my goodness. I know so much.
Yeah. There you go.
Wow. I just need to say I'm going to fail every roll and then apparently I'll succeed.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is what I've learned.
Well, now that you've said that, now it's going to reverse and not work anymore, but
I know.
So yeah, you can mark that routine on family secret wise.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, you tell me, Avra, if Maya just came to you, and I think we already know the answer to this, but just to be sure, if Maya just came to you and said, "Hey, I'm your long lost sister," and then what else would you say after that?
I'm your long lost sister. I want a relationship with you.
Would that be the right approach? I mean, I think we know it's certainly better than what Maya's doing now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would work. I think the one stipulation would be she'd be like, but that's Ophelia. Like, how could I have another one?
I mean, I would just tell you straight up, like this.
Right, but she'd probably want some kind of like proof.
Yeah, Maya would probably have to make a roll to actually convince you that that is the truth. Probably.
Yeah. But you would at least be able to like.
You'd have her attention more specifically at that point. Because even if you failed, I mean, you definitely still have Avra's attention more than you did before. Maybe in a bad way, but.
I have the ring that I've been showing everyone.
You do, and Avra does have heraldry as a skill.
Yes, I do.
She's never rolled it, but.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. Then what I'd probably do then is I'd probably go to the palace for like practice, right? And then after I'm done, see if I can gain an audience with her.
Sure. Yeah.
But first I'm gonna practice my
yeah, play practice. Yeah, of course.
Play practice. Yes, of course.
Sounds good.
Priorities,
Yeah, so I mean, I guess we see them, various workers and stuff getting the ballroom that's just basically been empty since Ophelia took over, set up for this play, right? And they're starting to like get stuff ready and in place, and then we have like various actors that the playwright has hired from your old crowd and some who are new and you don't know. to practice their lines and run through things. Yeah, you show up and I guess the first thing is, I'm sure I gave this guy a name.
You gave this guy a name. I don't remember.
I didn't make a character sheet for him yet. So Sophocles. Yeah, that's his name.
I thought it was Sophocles.
Sophocles. Yeah, you're right. Sophocles. Scraggly.
That's right, I called him Sos.
Yeah.
What's up, Sos?
And he look a little homeless still. I don't think he's wearing any shoes while he's doing this. He points over at you and then says, Maya, please come here. Can you please show this young woman how this scene is done? We've run through it about 3 times now. She's not getting the line right. And this like frightened like teenager is just like looking at you like, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
And of course I'll be like, of course.
Yeah. And that part doesn't really matter. That was just kind of like, right. What is getting you into this whole thing. And so we see Maya like start to like give tips and stuff and then get into practice herself. So yeah, I guess, is this literally just like Maya trying to, what's your actual intent here?
Yeah. What's my intent?
Because actually practicing is something you don't really roll for.
Right. I'd say my intent, right? Because my intent is to help create a play.
Yeah.
I mean, did we have any trouble finding actors? Was that like a problem, or were people like?
I mean, probably not if you're paying them. Like,
I mean, that's fair,
right?
I'm trying to think.
Probably one of the issues that you're having is that some of the nobles are like trying to get. No, they wouldn't. I don't think the culture of this would make them not want to join in. I was gonna make the reference of like these rich kids want to be in the star role and they're not be allowed to, but I don't think the nobles would actually do that. So
what if like the problem is that they're just not showing interest and need to like convince them that like this is something that like is interesting?
I think Maya definitely needs to make an impression here. This is probably like the first day of real practice, and Maya is, I mean, in theory, trying to make sure this is a very fantastic and like moving and
good
compelling
production,
thing. Yeah.
Right. That people actually like, the important people will show up to.
Yeah.
Okay. I could see myself doing that one of 2 ways. One, like actually like acting out a scene. Like, and maybe there's like a couple like nobles like coming in and out kind of a thing. Like,
yeah.
And like, it's just like, oh, they're like, oh, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, gathering interest that way, or just like maybe soothing platitudes among the actors, like getting them all like calming their nerves, making sure that the playwright isn't hassling them too much. You can also do falsehood.
I feel like, right, honey, you're doing great.
You're doing great.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
No, because I want this to be actually good. I feel like what I would probably do first, right, is I'm like, because obviously there's also music in here, so I have a singer role. I'm a great singer. Okay, sure. I think I need to sing one of the songs and like show them.
Got it.
Here's how it's done, and like also kind of like show off to the nobles. And
this is where we get the Frozen Rapunzel musical version of this scene.
This is the musical part of
Death and the Madness has never had this before, and then suddenly it becomes a musical for this one scene.
We just see like the Cyril drinking blood, and the next part it cuts over to
Let it go. Yeah, exactly.
This is the musical episode.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, if it was a musical episode, I don't know. I don't want to know what the scene with Cyril was like at all. That would be creepy. Chanting in the background.
Flesh.
Yeah. Eat the flesh. Join the cult. Become one with the world.
Yeah, so I would like to make a sing test.
Mm-hmm.
And if so my goal, right, is to like impress nobles, basically.
Right.
So what I was thinking I could probably fork in like, if like, like maybe we let up with that scene of like, oh, she's not getting it. And I'm like, you know what? Let me show you.
Yeah.
Just like what it should look like. Mm-hmm. And then I want to be like super like, because like obviously this is an opera, right? So it's like very dramatic.
Sure.
And so
I imagine based on like, Greek plays and stuff, I imagine
Mhm.
there's definitely singing, but I think it's less like opera and more like,
Like choral.
lots of choral stuff.
Mhm.
I think everyone typically has masks that they
Mhm.
wear, very exaggerated masks for the different parts. And yeah, stuff like that is probably what's going on.
Okay. So yeah, I would like to sing and fork in acting, conspicuous,
Sure.
drama wise.
Uh-huh.
I think that would probably be it.
Court-wise, I think.
Court wise.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. For the purposes of
Yep.
this. Yes.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. Okay. So acting, court wise, drama wise, conspicuous. That's 4. Okay. What's my ob?
Good question. You're making a sing roll?
Yeah.
Let's take a look. What sort of obs it gives us? I think it's like against someone's will or something. Yeah, will of the listener. If the song is suitable to the mood, add advantage. The test can be used for link test or to convey an idea. Yeah, will of the listener. So I think a normal noble person, let's say ob 4.
Okay.
Good luck.
Ooh.
Very
okay.
close, very
I'm gonna
close.
Use,
You got a 6. 2 fate?
Yeah, I'm gonna use 2 fate.
Do it.
Meaning ob 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2.
Oh,
No!
I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen. I could feel it.
No! What the heck?
That's
It's
so
not cool,
bad.
man. I can hate fate. Okay, well, I'll put 2 fate and sing.
And routine test.
Man, that was a routine too.
Yeah,
That's
I
so
know.
sad.
Yeah. You just
That's so
got almost
sad.
Oh, didn't you? Oh, you did roll 2 dice. Okay, cool. Never mind. I was making sure.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. I mean, I just don't think there's anyone to listen. I think that's what it is, right?
Okay.
Like you do this whole thing expecting there to be nobles that will pass by at some point, and no one ever does. So like, it's almost a little like awkward because I think the people around you can tell you're trying to like gather attention, like as if you're actually doing it, but no one's around, and they're just it comes off as like just weird to everyone instead.
Right.
And so Sosicles like comes over to you afterwards and says that's nice, Maya. Now, I wanted to take a look with you at this section right here. I know that you had said that you should have a couple of more lines in this part to really signify the themes here, but I just think that this person over here, and I think he gives a feminine name, and you can tell right away, oh, this is a gal he has his eye on, and he's trying to like make her more of a star and like replacing some of your stuff.
Oh, dare you?
Yeah, so this is your first like butting heads with the playwright
That's
about
so
the way this is going to go.
Mm.
Yeah, you can tell he just wants to get in this lady's pants, and he's trying to like give her more parts so that he can.
How would I go about this?
You have plenty of social skills to use here.
I know, I sure do. I'm just debating on how I'd go about it.
You have extortion.
What would I do to bribe him?
Well, extortion is like, do this for me or bad things are going to happen to you. Oh, I guess extortion is like even more specific. Like, let me find it again.
Yeah, explain, because I thought that extortion was about like bribing.
Using it, you can threaten friends and enemies alike, so they pay you to remain safe and healthy. Yeah, doesn't make sense here. That would be more like blackmail sort of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like this would be more like ugly truth, right?
Yeah, probably. Yep.
I'm sorry, who hired you?
Yeah, right. Who brought you out of the dirt? Yeah, I mean, is that basically what you say?
I mean, I feel like especially since she like failed the last roll, I think she's a little mad, and so she's just like, "I'm sorry, I didn't realize that the themes that I hired you to do were up for interpretation for your own personal gain."
Yeah, and so like, drive that home with like the actual like, what is this situation like, and why? Like, why is this not part of the situation that he's
basically like, I'm the one in charge. I'm the one who makes the calls, because otherwise our funding gets pulled. So you will listen to me, and you will not change that based on wanting to get into this girl's pants.
Yep.
I don't think she quite says it that way. I think she says it more like based on your interests.
I think up to.
Okay. I don't think I can forget anything. I don't think I said anything.
I don't think so.
Not being dramatic.
No.
Just like telling it like it is.
Good luck.
All right.
You have Persona. You have 2.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like I gotta save that for Abra.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, base up 2.
Mhm.
Okay. Oof.
Yikes. 1 fate. 50,
I've only got 2 left.
Yep.
I'm just trying to think. I'm like trying to like think through what the consequences of this are.
Yeah.
I know you won't tell me, but I'm just like, he would have just like quit.
No, it's not going to be that. I mean, it'll be a step towards that, certainly. Right?
Mhm.
Like if you push him far enough, he might.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to save my fate. I take the fail.
Sounds good. Yeah. And so I think, yeah. Okay. So he says, Maya, no, listen, I gave you 3 lines in this part to make up for it. Listen, this isn't about any sort of politics or interest or whatever you want to say it is. This is merely a master craftsman doing his work. And like, I think because you failed, you like believe him, at least for now, that's probably true.
I'm like it like has soothed me for now. I'm
yeah.
just like,
fine, but I'm watching you sort of a thing.
Yeah. I think I'm also just kind of like, you know what? I've got other things to worry about.
Yep.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, so that happens, and you try to make the continue to do work on the play and stuff, but eventually you head out to go talk to Abra.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. So like this is set up an audience with her, go to the Falconry Club and find her there.
Well, I'd have to set up a one-on-one. That's the problem. Because I wouldn't want to do this in front of anybody. I don't know if it's like I'm
trying to figure out.
Well, maybe it started as the Falconry Club, and maybe no.
Because the main question is like, do you talk to her again at the Falconry Club to set up something, or do you try to set up something now?
Like at the palace,
or just send a letter or whatever. And in that case, you probably have to make like an etiquette test to like have the right, like propriety's sake, like I am allowed to make this request, sort of a thing.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's probably what she would do, right? She would probably be like, I would like to have an audience with you if possible while I'm here in, the palace. Basically like say something along the lines of like, if you're free, there is something urgent I'd like to, discuss with you.
Sure. Yeah. So technically you could do etiquette to basically just say, I have the propriety demands that I have the ability to do this in this situation. Or you could just make a circles test.
Would be better.
Well, the issue is Avra is pretty high up there.
Right.
Because like for the king, the obstacle for etiquette is like ob 4. For the queen, ob 5. For the queen mother, ob 6. So it's like somewhere in that higher range for a princess.
Right.
I think I'd make it an ob 3. Oh, but I guess in theory, you don't have to make the roll, even though I gave you that for free. But if you'd like to do circles, that's fine.
No, I understand that too. Circles would also be difficult though, because or would it be less difficult because I already know her?
Well, you have nobility that you could use there.
I see.
But I think you also have forks for etiquette that you could use for this. So.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I could use family wise.
Yeah. Family wise, court wise makes sense there.
Could I also use if I were to like tell, because right, I'm assuming like I'm telling a servant to tell her this message. Could I also like threaten him like under my tone, like in fork and like extortion, like kind of a thing, like no, I don't actually know if I do that. No. Okay. Yeah. So family wise
and court wise, I think makes sense.
Okay.
Because this is more about like you're literally just making the roll to see if propriety allows you to.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Base off 3.
Yeah.
Oof. Why did I roll so many ones?
Wow, that's so bad. Man,
just never even going to be able to talk to her.
Really horrible luck today for everybody.
I know.
So routine on etiquette. So basically it means like you don't have the ability. You're not actually a noble woman in the court right now. Like even though you're married to
basically
Malekith,
the servant's just like
he's like, I'm sorry, who are you?
Who are you? You're one of the actors. Like
right, exactly. I just saw you. I was passing by the ballroom and I saw you acting. Like you don't have a way to get an audience with Avra. What are you talking about?
Yeah, just like if you knew who I was, she says it. Like,
you'd be bowing to me if you knew who I was. You'd be groveling.
Right. I'd like to think that Maya's like on the outside, like this really like pleasant woman, chipper woman, and on the inside she's just like, I will crush.
I will crush everyone. Yeah. How dare you speak to me like this? I will remember you. I will destroy your life.
Oof. Okay. Well, then I guess I'd probably have to try again at the Falconry Club.
Yeah, I think so. And that's just going to be a more awkward situation for you to just like, because the only time you really have to go up to Avra is like usually when she's surrounded by a bunch of other people. Like she's a socialite she's in charge of the Falconry Club, so she kind of has to be taking care of things and talking to people and stuff.
Right.
So it's just going to be, I think you're going to get a +1 ob to whatever social test you're going to make. To convince Avra.
To her 5 will.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be great.
I know. It's going to be fantastic.
Wow.
You're just going to have to like figure out a way to like fork in everything.
And still fail the roll. So now she's just going to be like, I hate you.
Then you're going to blurt out the secret in the middle. And then you're going to blurt out the secret in the middle of the hall.
Oh, no, I'm definitely not going to do that.
No, I know. It would be the option.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm trying to think how I want to do this.
Well, obviously, you come in with a somersault and you're singing.
Well, but I'm also trying to be subtle because I don't want all these ladies to be like,
yeah, exactly.
The heck.
Mm-hmm.
Maya has class, but I also don't know what else to do.
Yep.
I wish I had write as a skill so I could just write her a letter.
Yeah, that's true. You don't even know how to write.
I don't. Like, why don't I have this skill?
I mean, because you grew up as an actor on the street.
I know how to read.
Yeah. I think you know how to read because of Malekith, though, so.
I had to read scripts.
Yeah. Oh, that's also probably true. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I'm just like debating like what skill I want to like lead with, and then like
Well, persuasion's your best.
I know it is, but I feel like because if I know, right, that she like, because I succeeded on my family wise role of knowing that like if I tell her
This is
that's
a
gonna
better
make her more
tactic. Yeah.
interesting, right? Like that she'll like perk up her ears to that.
Yep.
So I feel like I would say like I have to say something along the lines of like if I were to use persuasion, right, it'd have to be something like I know something about like your father.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing, right? But like I wouldn't just say that in front of a bunch of noble ladies.
I mean, it's not like there's never a moment where you could say like a sentence to Avra and have it be heard only her by her ears. It would just be like eventually the conversation is going to be interrupted by someone because of how everything's going. So you could lead with that for sure, and then talk in vagaries the rest of the time to make sure that nobody else hears. But then make sure Avra understands what's like. This is important.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, mentioning her father is definitely the tactic to take, I think.
Right. I think I would know that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that's really the thing that I'd have to lead with without like getting too much into it of like, I just know a family secret of yours. I don't think it's going to get her attention. Because then she's just going to be like, this girl's a gossip. Okay, whatever.
And he's like, why did you tell me this before? Like, what is up with you?
Right. Okay, so she's going to lead with the line of, listen, Avra, I really need to speak with you. I know something about your father that I think would interest you. And then like, I want to like,
Alyssa's preparing to bounce between forks here.
I know, I'm trying.
And then she says, listen, this is really ugly truth that I'm going to tell you.
No. I save the ugly truth for in case I fail this roll.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Of like, if you don't talk to me, like you will never know what happened to him.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of a thing. Like, or like you will never like something, right?
Yeah. No, that's a good tactic.
Okay. So anyways, I feel like I'm trying to go for like I want to do something like,
I mean, if you want to go for like soothing platitudes and
that's
like
what I'm trying to go
drama wise, I think maybe like you have tears in your eye and maybe like acting too. Maybe you have like tears in your eyes and you're like, listen, like this is something that I wish I could have told you before now, or like it's really important. I'm really sorry. It's something like that, right? To get her attention of like how serious it is or something. And that kind of hits several forks, just that.
Okay. I'm like, that sounds great.
Alyssa's like, Caleb's so nice to me and Bernie Will. I don't know.
I know, he really is. Well, because like, I just never know, like, I feel like I always have the idea and then like, but then when I do it, it comes out some other way.
Sure.
So yeah, I think she's going to like, say like, I have something to tell tell you about your father, but like, I just didn't want to lead with it because I was scared of what you would say. And that is the truth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm sorry that like, I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I've been trying to like talk to you more one-on-one, but I know that you're a busy woman and I know like you probably don't think that I have anything of value, but I promise you that that if you'd give me a chance that I do. And I just want to, I'm just tired of lying about it.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
So persuasion with acting, drama wise, family secret wise, soothing platitudes.
Okay, so that's 5.
Probably the forks, yeah.
Forks. Okay. Okay, but I have a base op 1, right?
Well, base ob because it's
Or no,
persuasion.
sorry.
Base ob 6.
Obstacle. Like I have
Increased
right.
obstacle, yeah. So
Increased
yeah, put the
obstacle.
base ob at 6, yeah.
Okay. Maybe I should use a persona on this.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, this is like your important stuff.
This is it. Okay. I'm going to do that.
Do it.
Okay. Base ob 6. I swear I'm oh my gosh. Oh, thank goodness.
You did it. Oh, that was a
I
great
did it.
roll.
Wow, that was a great
That
roll.
was
I even rolled
really
a bunch
good.
of 6s. Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Worth it. Okay, I'm going to put that persona in with...
It's a routine test. You didn't even...
I know. I know I don't, but you know what?
Yeah.
I don't care. It's
No.
fine.
Yeah. That's, yep. Yeah, so Avra, I mean, it gets your attention. So what do you say?
I mean, does it sound like she's intending to talk about this right now, or
Not necessarily. Just like, I just need to talk to you. Whenever you want
Like,
to.
I've been trying to talk to you and you keep brushing me off like we need to talk.
Yeah, I think she'd just be like, okay, and then just set up a meeting for, some other time where they could talk alone.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Like grabs a napkin from the table and hands it to her.
Right, yeah. Little handkerchief. So I'm just trying to think of something real quick. Titan knows that what? What did Alpheus actually reveal?
Everything.
Everything, but does he know who it is specifically?
Yeah. He knows
Yeah.
it's Ben Asher.
Oh, right. He just knows the name.
Malekith's
I
son.
don't think he Malekith's son?
I think so. Right? Because
No, if he's specific.
I don't think he did. I think
but
he
don't you
said
think
the
Titan
name.
would have gotten all that out from him?
That's fair. He did succeed on
Right?
his,
Like he
roll.
wouldn't be
Yeah.
like, which Ben Asher? Like
right. He wouldn't be like, well, I gotta go off this. Yeah, you're right.
right?
Okay.
Like I don't want to screw myself over here, but I'm just saying, like
So obviously this is what happens, Maya. You leave the Falconry Club, and you go back to your house, right? Malekith is out on business. You enter your house. We get this very tense series of shots where we obviously know something is wrong, but Maya hasn't noticed it yet. Like the house is strangely devoid of servants. And then I think I'm trying to think what the more dramatic situation is. Maya,
I said this wasn't going to happen for a while, but okay.
I did too, but we didn't. But Chad's gone this time, so Titan's sticking around for now, right? Like he didn't leave immediately because I want to play out some of that.
Okay.
Okay, this is what happens. Maya, make a perception check. Actually, that's what first needs to happen.
Perception check. Okay.
Probably an untrained observation. Yeah.
Right. As I say, isn't that just observation? Okay.
It's based on perception.
New
So.
skill. Observation based on perception. Do I check mark that? Yeah. Right. Okay. Is that good?
Yeah, that would be that's if it has 2 roots, so you don't need to do it. Yeah, just the one. I'll make the stealthy roll, for him. See, do they have any forks to this? Yeah,
I'm gonna murder Alpheus. That's what's gonna happen.
So your ob is 2.
4.
Yeah, so it will automatically double to 4 when you put it in. So put it in as 2.
It's obstacle 2. Oof.
Okay, So Maya, you don't realize that anything's wrong. And I think you do your normal, like you set some stuff down in your room or whatever, and then you go to check on Ben Asher, just as like completely normal, right? Like, oh, yeah, I'm going to see what my son's up to. Nursemaids probably have taken him out to play today, and maybe he's reading a book now, that sort of thing, and you're going to go say hi. And you get to the door, and the door is slightly ajar, and you hear muffled crying beyond.
I'm sorry. Do I put something in for observation or perception?
Good question. Yeah, you got that was a routine for you. So put a bubble on next to the aptitude on the side there.
Aptitude. Okay.
Yeah, at the very those bubbles right there. Yep.
Sorry, real quick.
You're
okay.
Good.
So what do I see?
So you see the door is slightly ajar, and you hear Ben Asher muffled crying, but like you can tell it's not like you have the mother's instinct of like, this is not like he cut his knee or something, right? Like this is like something is very wrong. Like he's terrified. What do you do?
And then do I suddenly notice that there's like no servants around at all?
Yeah. You're like, wait a second, where do they go? Like,
well, I think her, gosh. What would I do? I wouldn't run.
Yeah.
I would be like, this sucks. Okay. I think what I would probably do is I would like knock on the door and like, but like put my like back against the wall kind of a thing. Or, but like be like, Ben, honey, are you okay? What's wrong?
Make an acting test for me, because you're obviously trying to pretend like your voice isn't shaking or whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Could I fork in falsehood?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And drama-wise, yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's see what the odds would be. Let's make it an ob 2.
Okay.
There you go. Yep. So you hear just in the I guess you failed your observation, so you don't really hear anything, and just like a pause, and then you hear Ben say, "Everything's fine, Mom."
And I just want to say, well, honey, can you please come out here? I really need to, we need to get dinner going.
Yeah. And he says, I don't feel well. Can I have dinner in my room tonight?
Well, sweetie, if you're not feeling well, then let's go take you to one of the doctors, okay? We need to get you out of there.
And then I think he says, Mom, he says you should come in now.
And, at that point, I think she just drops the act. And she just comes in and she's just like, get the hell away from my son.
And you see Titan, and he has your son. He has like a knife to his throat, and he's like just looking at you like a little smirk, and he says, "Very well played, Maya. Very well played."
Who are you?
The name is Titan, though that's not really important. What's important is your son here, Ben Asher. A kingly name, wouldn't you say?
And she's going to drop an F-bomb. She's going to be like, who told you?
Yeah. And he just...
And it's just going to be like, Ben, you cover your ears.
Yeah. Right. and he just like, Titan goes like this, and he's like, don't move. And he looks up and he says, he just smiles at you like, I'm not going to tell you. Like,
She's just basically like,
Yeah.
was it Alpheus?
And I guess I'll make a falsehood test for him. Because I it's not like he cares that you like find out, but he wants Alpheus to still be. Yeah, he wants the upper hand no matter what. So he doesn't want to give you free information. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll a falsehood for him. What's your will?
My will is a 6.
Ooh, nice.
Dang.
Don't mess with me.
Okay, yeah, he may fail this.
Ooh.
He has fate. I think he cares about it.
Okay.
He's been able to accomplish lots of stuff behind the scenes here, so
Fair.
No, but no dice.
So he tries to lie about it.
Yeah, so he tries to lie about it, and so he basically says, "I don't know who that is," but you can like tell, no.
What
no.
a flippin' liar!
Yeah,
And I think she just puts her like hand against the wall, and she's just like, "Don't try to lie to me. You don't know who the heck you're dealing with here,
yeah.
and who you have crossed the wrong path."
Yeah. And he's just smiling again, and he says, "Very good, very good. You're an impressive specimen. Do you know that? Quite impressive. And this thing you've cooked up here, really spectacular, I must say. The one issue is it goes pretty much directly against my plans for Sinia. I want to see this city burn. I want its ashes to be the soil upon which a Kyrodian empire grows. So I'm going to give you a choice, Maya, daughter of the king."
And she like looks over at Ben because she hasn't told him yet. Like, oh,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Oh, yikes.
And honestly, I don't think Titan thought about it either. I mean, he didn't know that you didn't tell him, so he just like saying stuff, right? And he says, "The only way I let this continue, the only way little Ben here gets to sit on that throne is if I'm pulling the strings. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take Ben with me on a little trip to Kyrodias. And you can continue to do whatever you're going to do with him. Set up the plan, do it. But when Ben is back in your hands, he will be mine. And this city will be mine. And you will be mine. You will dance to my music every step of the way. And Sinia will serve Kyrodias. And I will be a very rich man. Do we have an understanding?"
Freak Alpheus, man.
What? Yeah, this is all Alpheus' fault. Yeah, for sure.
Freaking Alpheus, I hate you.
But I like this even better now, though, because that means Ben is going to go on the trip with Alpheus. And so Alpheus can interact with Ben the whole time. That'll be really interesting, I think.
There's no way in heck she is like going to be like, "You're taking my son." Like,
yeah.
Heck to the no. This is not happening.
Yeah, the issue is he has a knife to your son's throat right now, right?
I know.
And so probably your best bet here is to lie to him and say yes, and then to immediately send people after him and hope to catch him in time or something, right?
Right.
Because you don't have the skills to fight him.
No,
right?
I know I don't. Okay. So here's what she's going to do. She's going to kind of take her fist and just like uncoil it. Titus, we have not gotten on a very good start.
Titan, but yes.
Titan. Maybe she says that on purpose. I don't know.
Right. She just doesn't care.
She just says, "You've lied to me. You're holding a knife to the one of the only two people I love. But my son still gets to be king, yes?
Of course.
I understand. I understand that you will, that you want what you want. Sinia has screwed me over. I could care less about Sinia, who rules it, as long as, well, I get what's due to me.
Yeah, go make a falsehood.
I think she just like leads with that, and she basically just says, but if you like hurt my son, like know that you will have like the worst enemy like in the world, like
sure,
kind of a thing. So I'm going for a falsehood.
Yep.
Acting. Drama wise.
Yep.
Oh, man. Could I fork in persuasion? I don't know what I feel like. I don't know if that's.
You could say something else to try to get persuasion, right? Because persuasion is doing something because it's in his own best interest. Yeah. The issue is like he has all the cards.
Right, for the most part, right. And I think I'll just say, like something. Well, he doesn't have all the cards. I know that he knows Alpheus, so I'm like, clearly you're working with Alpheus, and so I promise to keep that secret as well. And I think that we can help each other more than hurt each other here.
I think that definitely gives you persuasion fork, because he also knows, right, that Alpheus is working with you guys on this plan. And so if his cover is blown, if Alpheus is found out to be a traitor, then that will ruin the plan that he wants to succeed, So yeah, that makes sense.
Cool. Okay, so falsehood, acting, drama wise. Could I also add in like now Ben, like something like some kind of like child rearing with this, like Ben?
No, because you're gonna have to be child rearing him, Titan.
I mean,
right?
that's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought maybe if I said something to Ben to like that, maybe it would go along with the lie.
I don't think so. Not in this particular. Like you could make a child rearing roll to get Ben to act a certain way during this whole debacle, but like that's separate from the actual roll.
Okay. Sorry.
You're good.
Drama wise. And persuasion. Okay, just 3. Oh man. Killing me so much.
You gonna drop your last persona on this?
No, because what if he turns on me and kills me?
Yeah.
Based off his will, which is what?
Oh, actually, yeah. If you're already on it, go ahead and exit out again and give yourself another advantage. I think like one of the things in falsehood here that it says is like if it's just a believable lie, you can get an advantage die, and I think it is true. Like he wants you to go along with this. He doesn't want to think that you're lying to him. And even if you are, he's incentivized to not care, because as long as he gets out of this situation with the boy, he can make the rest of it work probably.
Okay.
So yeah, extra there, but the ob is going to be 5. That's his will.
Okay. Now I also have the call on trait glib that allows me to re-roll dice for
falsehood, I think, right? Yeah. So if you fail the roll, you can re-roll all the failed dice again.
Okay.
Yep. You got a good fail safe here. Here we go, guys. Okay. All right.
Okay. I can work with this.
Do you want to spend fate first?
Can I wait to spend fate until after I know the call trait?
Yes, I think so, because then you might get 6s there. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. Okay. So let's see. Should I just roll fate and then just roll?
No, because it will automatically open end those. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, if you want to type in /r space 4d6 greater than 4, and then that'll tell us how many successes you get automatically.
Wait, greater than 4? Does that go? Which way does that?
So the wide end is facing away from the 4. Or towards the 4, sorry. No,
towards
away from the 4. Sorry. I had to think about it in my head.
That's all I needed.
Yeah, that's all you needed. There you
go. Okay.
Wow.
So a routine falsehood.
Dang.
Dang.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So he smiles and he says, That's a good girl.
Oh, no. Don't be doing that with me.
We'll be in touch, Maya. And then he just like...
And then I'm just like, now I would appreciate you taking the knife away from my son.
Yeah, and he nods. He's like, yeah, he knows like you're not gonna be able to do anything to him. So he just leads your son out, and they get on a horse. They steal one of your horses.
I want to say something to him. I just want to be like,
yeah, you can say that
Ben,
to Ben.
I don't want you to be afraid. Okay, mommy's gonna take care of everything.
Okay,
and you'll be okay.
Okay. Make a trial urine test. We'll see how well he actually believes that.
Okay. What's my
So your intent here basically is like
keep him calm.
Yeah, you want him to be brave and calm throughout this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's have it be just against his will. So that'll be 3.
He has a will of 3? Wow, my son has a good will.
For a 12-year-old child, yeah.
For a 12-year-old child, I'm like, wow, okay. Okay, wondering if I can like fork in anything. Family-wise, probably, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess that's it.
Yeah, that makes sense, though.
Okay, base up 3. Okay, cool.
There you go. Yep, he will be brave.
Be brave, my son.
Yeah. All right. So basically what happens is Titan steals one of your horses and then like rides away with Ben. And then what do you do immediately after he leaves?
Oh my gosh! I think she's also like, she's like, what do I do? Well, I mean, obviously, like I would probably call for Malekith. He's probably at the palace, right?
Yeah,
like,
he's doing something with the council or something. Yeah. Yeah, right. Because what you need like armed individuals who can go get him back as soon as possible to do something for you.
Right. But I couldn't do it under the pretense of like, this is the future king. It's like, this is Malekith's son, like important guy, like, and Kyrides is attacking us. Go get him.
Yeah.
Also, Alpheus is a traitor. I will flat out say that.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to how could I go about doing this though? So I need to find a way to like get a hold of him. I need a way to get there quick.
Another thing you could do, Maya, if you just want to like be even quicker, you could just go straight to try to find some mercenaries and literally just throw money at them and be like, go get my son back.
Oh, like some like police officers?
That's true. Yeah, that. Or literally just like if there's just like, you can make a circles roll to like know about, oh, there's a mercenary troop that's like over in this part of the city and it's closer than the palace. I'll go there first. It just really just depends on what Maya's approach would be and what she thinks would be fastest. There's various things you can try.
Well, I'm wondering more so what's going to be more effective.
Yeah.
Right. I think because like
Malekith has a lot more to throw at his disposal.
And like if he can get the royal guard
very true
to like go, right? Like
I mean, you could literally just like find a servant, who's like coming back from something, and then be like, here's a quickly scribed letter, ride as fast as you can to the palace, bring Malekith here.
Not even bring Malekith here, like tell him that our son has been kidnapped.
And to like go search,
because I feel like he would probably have the best chances of actually doing something at the palace, right?
Yeah, that's very true.
So I'm wondering if I could just like get like because how far away like is the palace from our home? Like it can't be terribly far.
Yeah, I mean cities like this aren't super big, especially compared to like modern cities. So you could just go it yourself. You just
that's what I'm wondering. Can I just like go to the palace?
The issue is I would have you basically make a riding test at that point, and you don't have a ride. You don't have riding.
Oh, riding.
Right, because the idea is you're kind of trying to get there as fast as possible, and if you're not running on your own 2 feet, you're making a riding test.
Well, but didn't he steal my horses? So
Well, he stole one of them. I'm sure Malekith has more than one horse.
And none of my servants are around, or
well, that's what I was saying. You can just also grab a servant if you can find one eventually, and then have him go on a horse. Then it would just be up to that guy's riding.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like, no kind of like more primitive taxi service in this city. Like, you could just, run as far as you could.
I mean, it would be like a palanquin, right? It would be like, because she's in the nice quarter of the city, it would be like she'd go to talk to a porter and he'd be able to take her in a like walking carriage, but that's not going to go fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's either kicking off her shoes right now and booking it, or she's getting a horse and putting someone on it.
Right. I'm just wondering how effective a servant would be to actually like getting in to see Malekith. Like, I think if I tell him that my son is like, if I just run, right, and then say to a servant, somebody kidnapped my son, I need to see my husband, right? I think I would have a pretty good chance of persuading that servant to let me into the palace.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Because it's not like I'm going to like see the king. I'm just like, I just need to see my husband. He's in like this
He's
place.
in meeting right now. Yeah.
Right. You could even come have him meet me.
Keep in mind you have a speed of 3, so you're not terribly fast.
Right. But even if like a servant was quicker, like I just wonder how like effective that would be.
Yeah. Well, so you have the groom of the horses who'd probably be the fastest riding. Like the guy who takes care of Malekith's horses, you could send him. He'd get there fast. But I mean, as long as you gave him like put a signet, like a seal on the letter, he might be able to get in, or at least pass the letter on to someone who would get it to Malekith.
Okay. I mean, I could always do both, right? I could like send a letter ahead and then go myself.
Run. Yeah, that's true.
Right. Okay.
Yep. Want to do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, sounds good. I'll roll for the riding test for your groom. Whoa. Dang.
He's such a good rider.
Incredibly speedy. Yeah. All successes, 4 successes altogether. Yeah, I think he gets there in plenty time. And by the time, I don't think it even matters what you roll here for the speed, right? Because by the time you are getting almost to the palace, you see Royal Guard coming out on horses to go find your son, right? Cyrillus, if Malekith told you this, would you be cool with like grabbing some guards to go get back his son for him? I mean, it's kind of your job to do Royal Guard stuff, but it's slightly peripheral to that, but like
he also hates everyone else.
Cyrillus is like,
right.
But I hate people. I mean, you get to kill people in theory.
Right, I guess like if I get to kill people, sure.
And he only has like a 2 in that corruption, right? He doesn't like fully hate everybody.
He has a 2 in hatred and a 3 in corruption. But yeah. Would you do that, Cyrillus?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
I mean, you'd probably hate Titan even more because he's like, yeah, those people like try to beat me up. Let's go get them.
That's true.
That's also true.
True.
Yep. Cool. So,
Cyrillus,
would you make a untrained sprinting? No. Sprinting test for us. You've been working on that.
Sprinting.
Yeah, it's in your being learned there.
Uh-huh.
And just go ahead and make it an ob 1. It'll just be a graduated. Just you'll get a better chance based on how many successes you get.
Waiting on it.
Sounds good.
Wow, this is gonna have so many. I really hope that you guys catch him, but
ooh, okay. Failure. You got a 6 though. Yeah, I mean, with just a 1 success, not gonna be super great.
Yeah.
You only have 1 fate though. Up to you.
Yeah. Like, what chance is that?
Well, it's 50-50. Yeah. I think as long as you at least get an obstacle 2, you'll be able to like catch him in time to intercept at some point in this process.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. The remaining of is
1.
Okay.
Yikes. So I think what happens is we get a tense scene of Cyrillus like going through the Kyrides quarter with a bunch of soldiers, going through the docks district with a bunch of soldiers, and getting to a lonely dock and seeing a ship leaving on the horizon. And your son and Ben Asher is on it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's rough. The face that Seth's video froze on is just for this moment. Like,
he could have had like an extra die for the success of my writer. Oh.
Well, that's what gives him the chance. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, Titan wouldn't waste any time after actually getting what he wanted there.
Not if he thought that I was actually like.
I mean, even then, like I mean, he knows what he has, and he wants to make sure he's far away with it when someone might come after him, if at all. Yeah, in canon, what basically happened is they were literally all ready to go and they were about to leave, and Titan went and did this, and then they literally left that day, like as soon as he got back. So cool. Yeah, that was intense. I mean, we probably just end there, right? Like, I feel like that's a good cliffhanger. And it seems like everybody's gotten to work on plenty of stuff. So let's go ahead and read off bits and call it a session. Cyrillus, let's start with our favorite dual cult citizenship guy.
Well,
you certainly researched
beliefs.
how. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I solved that one, right? I completed that belief.
Yeah, I think you did. Yep. That's persona.
Okay.
You followed Ophelia's lead, even though it was wrong. So I'll give you a fate for it.
Okay.
But you didn't do anything with enchanting this time, so.
Mm-mm. Instincts.
I mean, should you change always be suspicious of everyone? Like, because you certainly were not this session at all.
Probably. I don't think I'm suspicious of anyone anymore. I think I just hate everyone.
Right, exactly. It has nothing to do with like whether or not you trust them. You just hate them.
The first change phase,
and I don't think I'll have
insane and naive, and then he went to hating everyone and being super jaded.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think I'll keep the Ophelia belief either, because I don't care about Ophelia now.
Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and give you fate for unlucky again. I mean, let's be real.
Okay.
I'll give you fate for mad as well, right? Like you played that up very in some very fun ways that definitely led you into problems. So. So I think that's 3 fate points and 1 persona. I think that's what that comes out to be.
Perfect.
Maya.
I'll do whatever it takes to elevate my son to the place of Prophet King. I will make my position in the kingdom known to the public.
Working on it.
I will meet Avra and gain her favor. Working on it.
Yep. So fate and fate.
And then I will help create a play. I think another fate. Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The only instinct, I think, and never back down from a challenge. I think that took me into a little.
I think so too. Yeah. Fate there.
Fate there.
I think that might be it though.
Yeah. So
cool.
4 fate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. You spent a bunch of them, so.
I only spent 2 fate, actually.
Oh, I guess you just didn't have a lot to begin with.
Yeah, no, I didn't have a lot to begin with. I'm severely behind everybody.
That's also true. Yeah. I'm confident that you'll catch up. Avra. You tried to get answers again, and someone did get answers, but it wasn't you.
Yep.
So that's a fate. You try to convince Caledon to marry you. Who knows what's going to happen with that yet? Fate.
Mm-hmm.
You worked on your penmanship, so fate. I think that's probably it.
I need to change up my instincts because none of them ever
come up. Yeah. Yeah, we can workshop some of those. Cool. Let's figure out all the other extra stuff. Artha. Humor. A fate point is earned if a player can stop the table dead with humor while in character. It was mostly dramatic this time, right? Like, I
feel like Cyrillus had a funny
moment. That's true. Yeah.
Definitely with going mad.
Being mad. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, you can take an extra fate point for that, Cyrillus. Right skill, right time. Character has the right skill when no one else does to keep the story moving. You should be rewarded a fate point.
Well, if Seth had succeeded on that sprinting roll.
I know. Yeah. Well, he didn't actually have the skill. That was him learning it. So that's why. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if anyone had like a particularly like, oh, wow, it's great that you had this, happen to have the skill in this exact moment sort of situation. So, embodiment. When a player captures the mood of the table perfectly and further drives the story onward, 1 persona point is awarded. Moments like great speeches, desperate decisions, or gruesome revenge fall into this category. What were you saying, Carly?
I'd say Maya.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, I think Maya definitely had. I mean, not only like the whole decision. I mean, she's had to make several really hard decisions this session, and she played them out very, very well. So, yeah, persona for you,
Thanks.
Maya. I think I want to give Seth Moldbreaker though, because of how easily and like committedly Seth has continued to go with Cyrillus wherever he ends up, right? Like, so it's just like, this is what he's doing right now. He's joining another cult because it makes total sense. Like, I love the way that Seth has played Cyrillus like that, where he's just like, this is exactly where he would go, even though it's horrible. So I think persona there as well for you. Then we got some other extra stuff, such as steel. Steel's around here somewhere. Here we go. News of a relative dying. Weird low-grade supernatural phenomena. Witnessing violence. Being in the presence of a character with a dreaded trait. Heated sports competition. Witnessing childbirth. Witnessing real bloodshed and gore.
Does seeing human flesh count as gore?
No, yeah, I think that'll be with some of the higher ones. Let's see.
Oh yeah.
Cyrillus stabbed someone to death, so there's that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at. I think you have 6 still, right? Yes. So difficult tests for that. If you want to mark difficult on your steel there, you stab someone to death. Witnessing or being part to spirit activity. I think that's what that cult ritual was. So another difficult test.
Oh my gosh, why do I have a 6 to steal?
Because you had a kid and because you did lots of politics stuff. And you have a high will.
Okay, I was like, holy crap, why am I like so like unfazed by things?
Yep. I'm just double checking any of the other ones here. I don't think Cyrillus got any higher than that. Oh no, you had your third eye open to the way the world is. Yeah, I think that's a challenging right there. So you've just upgraded your steel to 7. I was like, duh. Yeah, nice. Cyrillus is even more unfazed by the world. I feel like, yeah, if Maya didn't have such a high steel, I feel like she wouldn't have gotten some sort of steel test for seeing her son being threatened, but you have enough steel that I don't think it bothered you. Well, bothered you, obviously, but not like in a steel way.
Oh, I'm going to be an emotional wreck after this.
Yeah.
1000%.
But Avra, I don't think Avra had anything else. Oh, wait a second. You witnessed spirit activity because you were there with Cyrillus when he did his weird trance.
True.
So I think for you, what steel do you have?
I have 3 right now, I think.
Yeah, so that's a challenging, but that doesn't increase it anymore for you. You didn't need another challenging. Cool. All right. So let's go to hatred. Let's see if Cyrillus advanced any. And this will be only stuff that happened after he got hatred.
Yes.
I don't.
Did he do anything?
I don't think he did. The only thing he did was
really
like
all that happened was that.
Except sprinting.
Going after Ben Asher, which I don't think gives him hatred. Because like he didn't have to be convinced to do it. He just did it because he was like, oh, I got to murder some people. That's fine. Yeah. So nothing more there. But then we have corruption, which I'm sure Cyrillus got some more tests on this time. You didn't lie, but you definitely cast a spell or the equivalent of it. So mark a routine on corruption. You physically cause harm to another person, mark a difficult. Oh, I guess you murdered them and did not. It wasn't just harm, it was murder. So another challenging, but you didn't need that, so. And all the other stuff, I mean, eating human flesh is going to be high enough that like it's not going to actually increase anything. Because of the way this works. Because I think you didn't lie at all this session, did you? I don't think you did, Cyrillus. Cyrillus doesn't really lie. Cool. Yeah. So no advancing corruption for you today.
Oh darn!
I know. So disappointing. Cool. Good stuff. So we'll definitely. I mean, the next thing that definitely has to happen in terms of these characters is Maya will actually go talk to Avra. But I figured after that thing that just went down, Maya's not just going to go have a normal meeting with Avra anymore, sort of a thing. So she'll probably need some time to cool off. Unless Maya would just be like, all right, I got to go there right now and explain a bunch of other stuff now. But we can figure out what that looks like next time. So yeah, I am very pumped for everything that has happened. It's gonna
Maya's
be really
literally
fun.
just like gonna cry all night long and then just have a, you know what, screw it attitude. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
My son's gone. Who cares?
Yep.
This is all for him. I don't care anymore.
Well, that's the thing, Maya. Like, as far as you're like, he wasn't lying to you. Like, he's like, I will let your son rule. It's just I will, he'll be under
I know,
Kyrites'
but
control.
I don't trust him.
Yeah.
and Alpheus betrayed us. And I'm just like, oh, by the way, I'm going to make that so known. As soon as Alpheus sets foot back in this kingdom, he's dead.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting because no one knows that he also helped Titan kill the king.
I know,
still
right? He got away with that the first time. Yeah. Yup. It'll be great.
Because basically Maya's under the impression that he's been working for the Kyrides and that he is a traitor.
Yeah. Exactly.
Basically. Yeah. Because he didn't say, like, you know.
Yeah. He didn't give you any more information. You know he got it from Alpheus. But
I don't even know that he's being held hostage. I just know that, like, Alpheus is the one who told him.
Yep. Exactly.
That's it. That's all I know.
Yep.
So.
It's going to be good, guys. It's going to be great. All right.
I'm going to say Chad Alpheus is going down.
Yes, please write that in there. Awesome. All right, that's it from us here at Death on a Madness. Thanks for playing, guys. We'll be back next time with another episode. Adios.